last week, owners meetings, I was there, Kyle was there. The big viral moment or picture that came from it was Kyle now versus Kyle Shanahan 8 years ago when he got hired. Both wearing a suit, both in a press conference, and he looks easily 15 years older than he did in 2017. What did you think of those side by side photos?
I thought they were very revealing. Sorry, guys, I'm coughing today. And sad. I'm not putting Kyle down. Iggy, how old is Kyle?
45.
Okay, I remember 45. It's in the distant past. Um, he looked like a worn out 45-year-old man.
Mm.
In the picture when he first started, what is it? 8 years ago, Iggy? 9 years
Yeah, he
ago?
was
8 years
37.
ago. Yeah. He looked he almost looked like a college kid.
Yeah.
He looked fresh, up for it, handsome. He looked
You know what
great.
Harbaugh would call him? He used to call rookies like this. They said they all look cheerful and undefeated.
He looked cheerful and undefeated.
Cheerful and undefeated.
Be cheerful. He did. I love it because what Harbaugh is saying is there's a tough future in this league for you,
Mhm.
and you're not going
Mhm.
to have that look forever. Nor does Harbaugh have
No,
that look. No.
no.
So on the 8-year photo, 8 years later, what strikes me first of all is he has bags under his eyes,
Yeah,
like me,
yeah.
and more than you would expect from a 45-year-old man.
Mhm.
Am I blaming him that he looks tired, more than tired, a little worn out.
Weary.
So weary, life weary,
Yep.
football weary.
Yeah.
I'm not blaming him, and I'm
Like
not
he's climbed
saying
the
that,
the, the highest mountains.
and maybe not got to the top and slipped
Yeah.
down a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? He couldn't get to the top of Everest.
Mm-mm.
And
Mm-mm.
what it shows me is this is a man who really works hard.
Mhm.
He must stay late. He must, when he goes home, be thinking of plays, be going over what worked and what didn't work. And I imagine during the season, he's consumed by it. And that's a good thing. I think his heart is in the right place. I do. I
Mm.
don't blame him for looking older. I mean, think of Obama when he first became president and after his second term, he was gray, how much older he looked because it's a goddamn hard job. And it's a
Yeah.
hard job to be a head coach in the NFL if you're also the offensive coordinator. I don't think Dan Campbell is going to age like that or Sirianni because they delegate so much. But Kyle is two coaches. He's the head
That's true.
coach and is the offensive coordinator, and that'll age you. I covered Bill Walsh's career. He aged. By the time he was done, Iggy, he was done. It was 10 years. He won the Super Bowl, but Carmen Policy and Eddie DeBartolo, and they've told me they thought he was done, that he had lost the energy, the emotional energy to do the job. Now, Bill resented it. I'm not sure they were wrong. And plus, George came in and won two Super Bowls, George Seifert. So,
Mhm.
when I'm looking at Shanahan, maybe what happened to Bill happened to him, or maybe his face doesn't reveal the reality. Maybe he still has everything. Maybe this season will redeem him. He'll come through and win the Super Bowl. I don't know, but I look at a man who looks football weary, but I praise him for it because it tells me he's putting his heart and soul into it, and I respect that. What about you?
I respect it too. I would think there's one more thing that was kind of written on his face. Maybe I'm reading into it, but yes, he works hard. Yes, his job is tough. Yes, he's done it for a long time. But I think there's something unique in particular to his experience: the two Super Bowl losses.
Yeah.
No one else has experienced that kind of disappointment, getting so close, and it almost looks like he's haunted a little bit. Maybe I'm reading into it too much, but how could you not be? How could you not wake up at 3 in the morning and think about overtime? You're right back, or
Yeah.
you're dreaming and you're right back in overtime, and you're winning. It'll be a tough one.
So I got it. So added to all of that is disappointment. And the feeling is I got to get over this disappointment. But again, it's a hard mountain to climb. especially in the 2025, in the season beginning in 2025, with what he doesn't have on that roster, that he's got heartache.
And I think part of what happened in 2024 was the collective realization that the team they had in 2023 was really special, and it's tough to top the team they had, and they couldn't win with that team. They came close.
Yeah, they couldn't win with that team, and then the bottom fell out.
Yeah.
A lot of people say it's a Super Bowl hangover of losing. I don't see it that way. I just think the team gave everything it had, and it didn't have any more to give.
It almost feels like the George Foreman career arc. I mean, they were the big bullies. They got their mind blown in the Super Bowl, and they've still been trying to figure out what happened. They're almost like Mike Tyson searching for their mouthpiece on the canvas after getting smacked by Buster Douglas. They just can't fathom what happened.
Yeah, that's a grim.
I'm reading too much into it, though.
I don't know. I love when you bring the boxing, because you look at Tyson. If anyone looks at that final round when Douglas knocked him out, he shouldn't have been looking for his mouthpiece. He should have been standing up. He was so disconnected from reality. The ref would have gotten his mouthpiece for him. So he was so disconnected. He was doing the wrong thing.
And as opposed to Buster Douglas, who got knocked down but was like waiting for the count and took his time and got back up. Do I remember that correctly?
Absolutely.
Right. And some people say it was a long count, but that's not his fault.
No, he was looking at the timekeeper. He did the right thing. He won that fight fair and square. Afterward, Tyson complained, but it was the complaint of a loser.
Prize Picks is sponsoring the Cohn Zone this year. Prize Picks is the leader in daily fantasy and the best place to win cash while watching sports. And the best part about the app is it's really easy to use. To create a lineup, all you have to do is pick more or less on a few players' stats. I'm a Niners guy. So, when I'm doing Prize Picks, I'm looking, the last couple of years, I'm looking at Deebo Samuel, because I know Deebo Samuel better than Deebo Samuel knows Deebo Samuel. So if it's like drops, I'm taking more. Or if it's like punches thrown towards his long snapper on the sideline during the fourth quarter of a game, the 49ers will go on to win, I'm smashing more because I know the 49ers and I'm a Prize Picks guy. Now, maybe they didn't have those exact plays, but they have so many plays that'll make your head spin. And you can play Prize Picks in over 40 states, including California and Texas. Best part about it is the new user offer. Prize Picks will give you $50 when you play your first $5 lineup. So win or lose, you'll get $50 just for playing. That sounds like a win to me. Use promo code COHN, COHN, to claim your $50 today. Tell them Grant sent you.